Time to go. Please be seated. And at this time, please stand for the presentation of our flag and remain standing for the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner, led by Michaela Sullivan.
The dawn's early light, at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous sky, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets rang clear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated again. Good morning again, and welcome. I'm Ann Boyle, Interim Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. I'm delighted to welcome you to the Summer 2011 Commencement Ceremony for the Graduate School, the College of Arts and Sciences, and the Schools of Business, Education, Engineering, and Nursing. I would like to introduce you to some of the members of the platform party who are with us today to extend their congratulations to our graduates. Other members of the platform party will be introduced later during the ceremony. Members will stand as their names are called, but please hold your applause until all are standing. Jim Klenke, Associate Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. John Pettibone, President of the SIUE Faculty Senate. Nolan Sharkey, SIUE Student Body President. Marcia Maurer, Dean, School of Nursing. Michael Hamill, Staff Senate President. Girish Gupchap, Dean, School of Pharmacy. Kathleen Beam, Associate Dean, Library and Information Services. David Heth, Director of Financial Affairs and representing the Vice Chancellor for Administration. Patrick Hunley, Vice Chancellor for University Relations. Now, if you will please acknowledge them with your applause. In the front rows before me are seated members of the faculty and staff. It is through the work of these individuals in designing and executing the curricula of the university that you have been able to achieve your educational goals, culminating in your graduation today. Would the faculty and staff please stand? I know that we all express our appreciation to them for a job very well done. It is my honor and pleasure to introduce the Chancellor of Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, Dr. Von Vandagriff, as SIUE's 7th Chancellor. Dr. Vandagriff has been instrumental in guiding the university toward fulfillment of its vision to be recognized nationally as a premier metropolitan university for the excellence of its programs and the development of professional and community leaders. He has instituted a plan for achievement of the vision by the year 2015 that incorporates the values and long-term strategic goals of the university. Under Chancellor Vandagriff's leadership, SIUE has been recognized as one of 68 up-and-coming schools in the U.S. News and World Report's Best Colleges of 2011, and I quote, for making innovative changes in the areas of faculty, student life, campus life, and facilities. Under his leadership since 2004, SIUE has steadily increased enrollment, having achieved a record enrollment of more than 14,000 students last fall. The university is also completing an extensive construction and infrastructure improvement program and is reclassifying to NCAA Division I athletics. Chancellor Vandagriff represents the university in a number of community roles, serving as a member of St. Louis Civic Progress, the Regional Commerce and Growth Association, and the Leadership Council of Southwestern Illinois, as well as a variety of other boards in support of public higher education. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chancellor Vandagriff to the podium.
Thank you, Provost Boyle. Good morning. Welcome to SIUE's Summer 2011 Commencement. I am pleased to join our faculty, staff, and guests in officially congratulating our graduates on the completion of their degree programs. Graduates, today's commencement is a formal academic celebration conducted in your honor. Most of you began your university careers at SIUE as freshmen, while some of you transferred from other colleges and universities. Regardless of the path you took to get here, your presence has enriched the university because you came from differing backgrounds with unique experiences. At the end of these commencement exercises, you will share alumni status with more than 90,000 of your fellow Cougars. While you should be proud of your accomplishments, you should also recognize that you have not succeeded by yourselves. During the last 4 or 5 or 6 difficult years, you can chuckle, you have all received support from many people, and they should be proud as well. These include your immediate family members, parents, guardians, grandparents, spouses, siblings, and children. And I would like for them to now please stand and be recognized by the graduates for their support. Parents, guardians, grandparents, spouses, siblings, and children, please be recognized by the graduates. Thank you. Graduates, you have also been helped by friends and by other relatives, mentors, and advisors, and I would like for them also to please stand and be recognized by the graduates. Friends, mentors, other relatives, and advisors, please be recognized for your support. At this time, I would also like to make special acknowledgement of all of the SIUE alumni gathered in the audience. If you are one of our SIUE alumni, would you please stand and be recognized? Well, graduates, here we are. You've made it. And not only have you excelled while meeting the challenge of completing a college degree, you have been part of unprecedented advancement here at SIUE. Looking back, it may seem as if it were only just yesterday that you first walked onto this beautiful campus. But in fact, you have weathered the demands of advanced education while your alma mater has been hard at work, garnering the national recognition described in our vision statement, which reads, Southern Illinois University Edwardsville, as a premier metropolitan university, will be nationally recognized for the excellence of its programs and development of professional and community leaders. That vision is being achieved through you and in numerous areas as we have enjoyed some phenomenal successes in the few short years you've been on campus. Perhaps most notably, as mentioned, SIUE has been named among the top 68 up-and-coming universities for our innovative changes by U.S. News & World Report, as one of the top 50 master's-granting private and public colleges and universities in the nation by the Washington Monthly magazine, and as the 21st safest residential campus out of more than 458 nationwide, with enrollments over 6,000 students by the online magazine, The Daily Beast. In addition, for the 6th consecutive year, the university was recognized for outstanding senior assignment program, which all of you completed, which summarized the work you had done during your career here, again by U.S. News & World Report. SIUE has also begun the transition to NCAA Division I sports and has become a member of the Ohio Valley Conference, as you can see from the banners here. The move has served to align the programs of SIUE so that now all are functioning at the highest possible level. So it's little wonder that enrollment and applications are now at an all-time high as well. That highest level of competition reflects tremendous investment, and to that end, in the past few years, we have also renovated our facilities, including the Vidal Center that you're in today, the Student Fitness Center, the Student Success Center, and others that have now included adding to the beginning of the renovation of the construction of the Science Building and its adjacent complex, and the School of Dental Medicine's laboratory project, and additional new construction will soon reach a total of $250 million. We have been busy. However, the current economic downturn, and indeed this week's governmental wranglings, may have had a number of you graduates wondering about the challenges of finding success for yourselves in difficult times. My suggestion to you is to look to the values of your university as you leave this institution. My motivation for espousing the values and accomplishments of Southern Illinois University Edwardsville is twofold. First, I want to affirm the pride you feel in your alma mater. SIUE has achieved significant milestones within the past few years, and as today's ceremony highlights, so have you. Undoubtedly, you have encountered some measure of adversity along the way, being in the form of difficult subject matter, time constraints, or conflicting interests. Today's economy now presents additional challenges, and yet, as the esteemed Latin poet Horace noted, quote, adversity has the effect of eliciting talents which in prosperous circumstances would have lain dormant. Put another way, as the story goes, two frogs fell into a bowl of cream. One, feeling overwhelmed, gave up and drowned. The other kicked and struggled so much that the cream turned to butter, and he was able to hop out. The diligence and hard work that brought you here today will continue to serve you well as you embark on the next phase of your lives. Use the creativity knowledge, and work ethic that you have honed over the past years to meet this challenge head-on and to further develop your many talents. My point here is that even in times of challenge and uncertainty, those with a will to progress and triumph, those who maintain focus, who develop a long-range plan and fully explore opportunities with creativity and determination, will see the most benefit. Secondly, as you move forward, I suggest you incorporate the values of SIUE in your life's journey. These include citizenship, excellence, integrity, openness, and wisdom. The value of citizenship calls for social, civic, and political responsibility, along with active partnerships and environmental stewardship. In essence, giving back to your community a portion of what you have been given. The value of excellence demands continuous improvement and innovation, outstanding scholarship and public service, and a commitment to high standards. Another of our values is integrity. There is no shortcut around accountability and honesty in our communications and actions. This is perhaps the foundational value, or as R. Buckminster Fuller, engineer and architect, and designer of the SIUE Center for Spirituality and Sustainability here on campus, stated, integrity is the essence of everything successful. The value of openness welcomes the rich diversity of humankind and calls for respect for individual differences ranging from ethnic, racial, and cultural distinction to intellectual freedom and the diversity of thought. And finally, the value of wisdom, that which advances the sharing of knowledge and its application to promote the public good. Perhaps the best manifestation of a commitment to wisdom is to engage in lifelong learning, a pursuit in which your alma mater is well prepared to assist. We invite you to incorporate these 5 values of our university into your life's journey, using them to advance yourselves as well as your communities. And now, as you enter a new phase in your lifelong learning, graduates, be sure to remain in contact with the university and take advantage of the many support services available to you. This includes the Alumni Association, a link to your fellow graduates that provides extremely valuable networking opportunities, and graduate and continuing education courses to enhance your knowledge and training in specific areas. Graduates, as you prepare for the next stage of your lives, you can help to not only develop yourselves and your potential, you can also assist others and develop and succeed, as you have been helped by the taxpayers of Illinois. As widely reported, public higher education is receiving a diminishing portion of national and state income, and we must all work to inspire renewed support of the educational system that is critical to the future of this nation. In that, we ask for your help, and in return, we commit to ensuring the value of your SIUE degree from this day forward. Graduates and soon-to-be alumni, we congratulate you and send you off with this imperative. Go and do well. Respect those who have come before you, pursue your life's ambitions, and enable others in the pursuit of their own. Be bold, be achievers, and always be a cougar. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Bev George, President of the SIUE Alumni Association Board, who will present the Great Teacher Award. Bev?
Thank you. Good morning, Chancellor Vandagriff, Provost Boyle, distinguished members of the Platform Party, SIUE faculty, graduates, family, friends, and fellow SIU alumni. In 1970, the SIU Alumni Association established the Great Teacher Award program to recognize an SIUE faculty member for his or her continuous excellence in teaching. The Great Teacher Award is given to professors who have gone above and beyond the typical classroom lectures. Each recipient has had a tremendous impact on the lives of the students they teach through the use of creative teaching and mentoring. The criteria for the award includes a commitment to excellence and originality in teaching at SIU, superior knowledge of his or her subject matter, original and innovative classroom presentations, and demonstrated concern for students both in and out of the classroom. The recipient of this year's award meets and exceeds these criteria. Dr. Bradley Noble is an associate professor in the Department of Electrical and Computer Engineering in the School of Engineering. I am proud to say Brad is also an alumnus of Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, receiving his Bachelor of Science degree in Electrical Engineering in 1990, his Master of Science degree in Electrical Engineering in 1992. In 2000, he received his Doctorate of Science in Electrical Engineering from Washington University in St. Louis. In his 15 years with SIUE, Dr. Noble has received several recognitions for his innovative and charismatic teaching style. He is also a past recipient of the SIUE Teaching Excellence Award. In addition to his classroom success, Dr. Noble has made significant innovations in portable instrumentation devices that could conceivably be made more widely affordable and available to industry and educators. For example, Dr. Noble collaborated with SIUE Assistant Professor Edward Navarre from the Department of Chemistry to create an instrument prototype that will allow blood samples to be tested for toxic heavy metals like mercury and lead. The portable electrothermal analyzer was showcased at the Southern Illinois University Carbondale Technology and Innovation Expo in the fall of 2010. Dr. Noble also teamed with another SIUE professor, Michael Shaw, to create an inexpensive and portable potentiostat, a device used to investigate chemical reactions related to redo chemistry and other electrochemical phenomena. The highly reduced cost of the invention would make potentiostats available to more than just chemists and those in advanced chemistry studies. It would be accessible to industries in the electrochemical field, such as battery and fuel cell manufacturers, and also to anyone taking a collegiate chemistry course, including freshmen. Noble said, "Teaching is a top priority. However, applying engineering concepts in collaboration with my colleagues in other disciplines to create devices that help the public gives me great satisfaction." Dr. Noble was nominated for the Great Teacher Award by students and colleagues alike. One colleague wrote, "I have been impressed with Brad's ability to turn serious situations into positive learning experiences for our students. This type of teaching builds character and integrity in our students, and in some ways is more important than the delivery of the course content." A recent graduate wrote, "I can say that I could have completed my degree without him, but I cannot say that I would have obtained such a degree of knowledge and problem-solving skills toward engineering without him." Another student provided this recommendation. "I consider Dr. Noble to be a great friend, a great teacher, and role model. I came into the ECE department with very little confidence in myself. Dr. Noble encouraged me and others like me to be confident in our work, and most importantly, he taught that through hard work, anything is possible. Before having Dr. Noble in class, I thought I would be lucky to graduate. Now I am preparing to graduate summa cum laude, and I plan on working toward a master's in electrical engineering. And I can honestly say it would not be possible without Dr. Noble." Please join me in welcoming and congratulating the Great Teacher Award recipient for 2011, Dr. Bradley Noble.
Good morning and congratulations. if you've been paying attention, I am an alumni of here. And I have a question for the audience. Are there any electricians or family members of electricians in the audience? A few? What about family members who are nurses? A few of you? I'm the last of 4 children of an electrician, father, and original homemaker, and then later nurse, mother. And I came to SIUE because in order to get through college, I had to work to get through college. And when I was very fortunate that when I was 12 years old, I knew I wanted to be a project engineer for a contractor. And I consider it fortunate because I meet students in college that aren't sure what they want to do. Well, I knew what I wanted to do. And I managed to get a job right out of high school working for Saks Electric in St. Louis as a project manager's assistant. And in doing that, I was able to go to college and work. Well, the nearest college that I could afford was SIUE. My decision to come here originally was just pragmatic. I could afford it, it was nearby, it allowed me to work. And I entered the program, and I had difficulty, but I went through it. And I mentioned some of my background because having taught for a number of years, I've noticed that a lot of students kind of think that professors are hatched. We aren't, we're ordinary. We have regular backgrounds, but my decision to come here was, again, very pragmatic. I wanted to get a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from an accredited engineering program so I could be a project engineer. And while I was doing my undergraduate degree, the faculty in electrical engineering took an interest in me, and it wasn't just one, it was several, and they kept saying, you know, you really need to think about getting a master's degree. And that was a very difficult decision for me because I had a job lined up, and it was a difficult economy, and I was basically guaranteed employment. And they kept working on me. And I've really kind of thought about that, and it made an impression on me that why are these people taking such an interest in me? And I decided to get a master's degree when several of the faculty said, you know, you really got to go on, you have more potential than you realize. And also I noticed that there was some people that were working on their master's part-time. And I thought, well, this might be a good opportunity. So I stayed on and I did my master's degree. And I became a TA, and that helped pay for my graduate studies. And it was when I was a TA here at SIUE that I discovered that to my surprise, I discovered I had an aptitude for teaching. And it was the students and the faculty, again, that said, you need to go on. Now, I got to tell you, I graduated. I was exactly where you are right now, graduates, 21 years ago. And if you would have gone up to me, if you would have gone back in time and said, hey, one day you're going to be a professor, it would have been the most ridiculous thing you could have told me. I could never have imagined that I would be doing this for a living. You see, when I was finishing up my bachelor's degree, 2 weeks before graduation, there was a project that we had due in one of my classes. It was a class called Digital Signal Processing. Now, a lot of you have music players, and you can change the bass and the treble and the sound quality, and that uses things called digital signal processing. Well, in 1990, when I was finishing up my last term here, I had a class covering that field, and I had never learned that before, and I really got into the class, and it was fascinating. The final project required to not only design this system, but actually implement it. And the hardware that we had was picky. And we had a TA for the class that was very competent, but he was not able to get the hardware working, and I was really kind of depressed about it because I really wanted to see this thing work. So I came down here on a Saturday. This is when engineering was in the science building. And I worked from 9 o'clock, and I thought, well, I'll play with this and see what happens. And after a couple hours, I got the hardware working. And I hooked up a CD player, and I hooked up some speakers, and I got this thing that I spent 2 weeks designing working, and it was very tangible because you could hear the effects of it, and I was able to make changes, and I could see what was happening. And for 15 minutes, there was really this big elation that, hey, this thing works, and there it is, and it really solidified a lot of the stuff I've been working on. And then this thought popped in my head, this kind of nagging thought. And I realized I'm graduating in 2 weeks, and I don't feel like I know anything. It was this sense that I have learned more than anything how ignorant I am. I started out engineering, but then as I got into these classes and I learned things, I realized all this other facets of these topics that I didn't know. I knew enough to know I didn't know them. And I was kind of waiting for some transcendent experience that I'm graduated, or I will be, and it never happened. It would just matter that that's it. That was my time. It's over. I have a degree. Oh, well, I'm going to graduate school. Over the years, I've talked with other people, other students as a faculty member, students who dropped by my office and basically said a version of, is this it? Is that all there is? It seems like I've just had these classes. This experience, some of you may be sympathetic to what I'm describing because I've seen it a lot. You know more than you perhaps think you do. And by the way, if you think you know more, if you think you've got it all, you're going to be in for an awakening. I'll warn you that. But if you have doubt, you know more than you realize. You see, the thing is, what I've come to realize having taught is that teaching isn't a matter of opening someone's head and pouring in a bunch of facts. It's a way of shaping the way you think about your discipline. And I don't care whether it's art history, English literature, kinesiology, or engineering, or chemistry, or any of the other fields, that there are methods of describing the different facets of the discipline you've chosen. And that's what you've learned. In other words, you've learned how to think about your chosen field of study. Universities don't want clones. We don't want people that graduate thinking identically to everyone else. There is no advancement then. When you get a job, you will be applying what you have learned in your way, with your understanding and your interpretations of the material that you've learned. That's what we've tried to do. And that's what you've achieved at this point. If you have had some kind of a transcendental experience at graduation, that's fantastic. If you haven't, have confidence that you did learn something going through here. You know, when I got hired here, one more thing about my background. When I got hired here in '96, my father, again, electrician, he was out of 649 local in Alton. He said to me one day, he said, you know, back in the 1950s, mid-50s, some representatives from SIU dropped by to talk to the union. And they said, hey, we want to build a campus in Edwardsville. And we'd like your support. We'd like the support of the trades. And we're building this because we want to build a university for your children to go to. And when my dad told me that, it made me realize that to some extent I'm, in a small way, a fulfillment of that idea. Myself and my siblings are the first generation to go to college. I have 2 brothers and a sister. All of us went to college. The other 3 went to Carbondale. I went here. And I got more out of this institution than I had ever imagined going into it. For me, it was a means to an end, to become a project engineer. And again, the faculty took an interest in me. And these are people that are now my colleagues, so the ones that didn't retire. And I have the great pleasure of working with them every day. And what I can say, having seen this, is it is the attention that we provide to the students is what really matters. I represent this year the teaching award winner, but it's beyond that. I couldn't do what I do without the support of my colleagues in my department. It's not me, it's my department. Together we work. I happen to represent it this year. And also the feedback of the students when they drop by and they're stuck. I get a lot of satisfaction out of helping the students that are struggling and then get it than I do by the A students, because the A students are going to get A's no matter who they have. But the students that you can help, the students that you can spend time with, make a difference. So anyway, congratulations. It's been a long road. You do know more than you think you do. And best of luck to you.
Thank you, Dr. Noble. Having heard your story, I know going forward that you will continue to deliver excellent education to our students. For each commencement ceremony, one graduate is asked to speak on behalf of the graduating class. The graduate chosen for this ceremony is Marley Cagwin. Today, Marley is receiving her Master's of Business Administration from the School of Business. Marley's resume includes membership in a variety of organizations, including the business fraternity Delta Sigma Pi, the Elite Student Leadership Organization, which stands for Emerging Leaders Improving Through Experience, and the Club Sports Executive Board. One of her favorite accomplishments is founding and establishing the SIUE Club Tennis Team. She is a member of Who's Who among students in American colleges and universities, and she has received a variety of scholarships and recognitions, including the Bank of Edwardsville Scholarship, the Academic Competitiveness Grant, and the Business and Professional Women of Granite City Scholarship. In addition to her academic achievements and leadership activities, she has volunteered regularly for the Boys and Girls Club, Habitat for Humanity, United Way, and a variety of other organizations. Marley, it is a pleasure to welcome you as the student speaker for this class of 2011 commencement ceremony.
Thank you, Provost Boyle. Good morning. I would like to begin by congratulating my fellow students on our major accomplishment, graduation. I'm extremely honored to speak to you all here today. It is my goal to inspire you for the next step in our lives. As we acknowledge the achievement and milestone we have reached, we can also reflect on how we have arrived here. This day that we celebrate has not come without challenges, but has been made possible through the help of our support teams, perseverance, and the belief in ourselves. Personally, I'd be lost without my support team. Especially those who are here with me today, each and every one of you are so special. From the bottom of my heart, thank you, Mom, and thank you, Dad. I was given the opportunity to be here today because of you. Thank you to my sister, my role model. Thank you, Nana, for the embroidery lessons and Papa for the orange juice. To my aunts, uncles, and cousins for being much more than family to me. You're really great friends. My boyfriend for lifting my spirit, my brother-in-law, and my awesome friends. I truly am who I am today because of all of you. And from the class of 2011, to everyone present here today, thank you for the endless encouragement and support. We look forward to continuing to make you proud. Honestly, growing up, I hated school. Even the smell of school supplies still makes me nauseous. Though I really enjoy learning, I dreaded leaving home. In grade school, I loved the days Grandma and Grandpa would come rescue me when I faked a bellyache or self-induced a fever. Other days, though, my mom made a deal with me such that if I made it through the whole day at school, I earned a prize from a homemade grab bag. I guess you could say this is when I began to develop my business negotiation skills. I just needed a good deal. I was young, but overcame the challenge with the help and support of family around me. Many of you have your own support teams. They're probably here today. As we move along in the next phase of our lives, I would like you to think about who is or will be on your team. I encourage you to surround yourselves with positive and supportive people, whether it includes classmates, professors, family, or great friends. Remember, our support teams provide inspiration and a shoulder to lean on. While support is extremely important, we also must understand that it's ultimately up to us to succeed. I would like to share one of my favorite quotes from a personal hero. I've played tennis for nearly half my life. As a tennis player, I've always looked up to Arthur Ashe for his perseverance, accomplishments, and strong leadership. Arthur Ashe once said, "Success is a journey, not a destination." Ashe's statement reminds us that even though we're receiving our diplomas, we have not reached our destinations just yet. A lot more still lies ahead. We all have different aspirations and goals, but we'll face challenges and obstacles, just as I did when I was younger and struggled getting through the days at school. You do not stumble upon success overnight or reach it in one afternoon. However, we can build upon our solid foundations every day as we grow and learn. We have to be strong and prepared to work hard. We've all faced the stress of studying for an exam, finishing a major project with the deadline fast approaching, or managing a team of classmates in the effort to excel in a presentation. Did we ever stop believing that we would be here today, sitting in these seats, graduating? Did we ever stop believing these tasks, the exams or projects, were unattainable? Probably not. The belief in ourselves is what led us to accomplish the tasks on time and successfully. We never let the anxiety of finals break our spirit or allowed a board exam to discourage us. Did we let one unfortunate encounter with our campus's geese, whether it was receiving a hiss from one nearby or walking into a special gift on the pavement, ruin our entire day? Probably not. We embraced all of these experiences as part of our journeys. We are motivated by our support, our education, and even the values the university has instilled in us. Citizenship, excellence, integrity, openness, and wisdom are the core values of SIUE. They're the basic values of humanity, and we have experienced them during our time here. As alumni, we should carry these values with us on our journey and let them inspire us to reach for more. Be a good citizen. Dedicate time and energy to the community. Strive for excellence and beyond. Each time you reach a goal, whatever your goal may be, do not settle and continue to improve. Always act with integrity. Remember, honesty builds relationships and accountability. Also be open. Accept diversity and individual differences. Have respect for others. And lastly is the value of wisdom. Share and apply your knowledge, as knowledge is an unsurpassable power. Forever continue to learn and expand your horizons. As we move forward, some of us may find it easy to excel in work, in relationships, in our social lives, our travels, or even just finding the next opportunity. For the rest of us, though, success may not come timely. Regardless, do not give up. Challenges we faced are simply part of life. They do not define who we are. And again, Arthur Ashe reminds us, it is a journey, not a destination. So let's keep reaching, keep marching on. That's the true spirit of a cougar. Fellow classmates, I truly believe we can accomplish anything as long as we actually believe we can and put forth the effort. We've talked about the challenges we face, but let's not forget the good times. I'm sure some of you have become best friends with your classmates, met your significant others, or built a relationship with a very special professor as I have. We leave here today with great memories and a solid foundation to face new opportunities and tackle the obstacles that will come our way. I would like to end by reminding you of the excellence SIUE has embedded in all of us. With a determined cougar spirit, no challenge is too difficult, nor should the word can't ever be in our vocabulary. Conquer difficulties, have the right people on your side, persevere, and apply the values you have learned here at the university. Keep succeeding and progressing. Excel on your journey. Above all else, let's believe in ourselves, let's believe in our potential, and let's believe in opportunity. Congratulations, fellow classmates of 2011.
Thank you, Marley, for your message. We wish you all continued success, and I'm quite confident you will experience it. Next, Jerry Weinberg, Acting Associate Provost for Research and Dean of the Graduate School, William Retzlaff, Associate Dean, College of Arts and Sciences, Gary Giamartino, Dean of the School of Business, Betty Bergeron, Dean of the School of Education, and Hassan Savim, Dean of the School of Engineering, will present candidates for graduate and undergraduate degrees. Chancellor Vandagriff will confer the degrees. Acting Dean Weinberg will begin.
Will the candidates receiving graduate degrees, Masters of Arts, Masters of Fine Arts, Masters of Music, Masters of Public Administration, Masters of Science, Masters of Social Work, Post-Baccalaureate Certificate, Masters of Business Administration, Masters of Marketing Research, Masters of Science in Accountancy, Education Specialist, Specialist, Postmaster's Certificate, Masters of Arts in Teaching, and Masters of Science in Education, please rise. Chancellor Vandagriff, these candidates, subject to the completion of all requirements established by the university and the graduate school, are recommended to you for the formal conferring of their respective degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the Dean of the Graduate School, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Southern Illinois University Board of Trustees, I confer on each of you the graduate degree or certificate earned with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated.
Dean Betty Bergeron will present candidates for conferral of baccalaureate degrees from the School of Education.
Will the candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the School of Education please rise? Chancellor Vandagriff, these candidates, subject to the completion of all requirements established by the university and the School of Education, are recommended to you for formal conferring of their degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the Dean of the School of Education, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Southern Illinois University Board of Trustees, I confer on each of you the baccalaureate degree earned with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated.
Associate Dean William Retzlaff will present candidates for conferral of baccalaureate degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences.
Will the candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the College of Arts and Sciences please rise? Chancellor Vandagriff, these candidates, subject to the completion of all requirements established by the university and the College of Arts and Sciences, are recommended to you for formal conferring of their degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Southern Illinois University Board of Trustees, I confer on each of you the baccalaureate degree earned with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated.
Dean Gary G. Martino will present candidates for conferral of baccalaureate degrees from the School of Business.
Will candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the School of Business please rise? Chancellor Vandagriff, these candidates, subject to the completion of all requirements established by the university and the School of Business, are recommended to you for formal conferring of their degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the Dean of the School of Business, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Southern Illinois University Board of Trustees, I confer on each of you the baccalaureate degree earned, with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated.
Dean Hassan Savim will present candidates for conferral of baccalaureate degrees from the School of Engineering.
Will the candidates for baccalaureate degrees from the School of Engineering please rise? Chancellor Vandagriff, these candidates, subject to the completion of all requirements established by the university and the School of Engineering, are recommended to you for formal conferring of their degrees.
Upon the recommendation of the faculty and the Dean of the School of Engineering, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Southern Illinois University Board of Trustees, I confer on each of you the baccalaureate degree earned with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Graduates, please be seated.
Will all the graduates now please rise? In recognition of the degree bestowed upon you, you may now move the tassel on your cap or mortarboard from right to left. Graduates, please be seated.
Please note that recipients of baccalaureate degrees who have graduated with honors, high honors, and highest honors are noted in the program by 1, 2, or 3 asterisks, respectively. They are also wearing cords on their academic regalia indicating their honors. In addition, candidates who are honors scholars are indicated in the program with an H. Graduates who will be commissioned as second lieutenants are listed in your program as well. The university community extends to each of you our heartiest congratulations on your achievements. We have now come to the part of the program when candidates for degrees will proceed to the platform in program order. I would ask that the audience please remain seated until all graduates have come forward to be recognized, and I thank you for that consideration. The names of the graduates will be read by Ronald Schaefer, Director, Center for International Programs, and Distinguished Research Professor, Department of English Language and Literature.
Graduate School, Master of Arts, Jessica Pelgreen. Robin Stacia Swink. Marshall Anthony Tote. Master of Public Administration, Mafoya Joel Dusuman. Sarah J. Farias. Anthony L. Hamlin. Perry A. Huff. Paris Danielle Nash. Natalie T. Nguyen. Kayla Foret Santella. Omotola Atinuke Soyoye. Jacob Paul Volkmer. Chayla Washington. Master of Science, Saranz A. Barfarouche. Adam Scott Fitzgerald. Paul Vincent Heinbrich. Natalie Rose Langenfeld. Jennifer Lynn Lankeet. Isaac Aido Lawson. Harun Kanya Minyapara. Kirsten Nicole Palizaro. Krishna Prasad Sharma Gautam. Jaya Prakash Shrestha. Master of Social Work, Tara Lane Artinger. Gloria Renee Brown. Charnel Bouvet Cable. Charity LaShawn Caldwell. Brittany Newton Carter. Christina Lee Chevalier. Whitney Lee Curry. Chelsea Nicole Fonsel. Jessica Michelle Hentrick. Ginger L. Hickman. Rachel Leanne Hodge. Carnia Renee Jones. Katie A. Long. Tracy Lee Matthias. Heather Renee Parker. Catherine Ann Prohaska. Brittany Nicole Reynolds. Brittany Paige Snyder. Brian Matthew Stoops. Catherine Elizabeth Whalen. Carol Ann Worthington. Casey Lynn Yingling. Master of Business Administration, Peggy Lee Bargile. Fallon Aisa Bell. Ryan Dean Bundy. Marley Catherine Coughlin. Nathan Paul Maurer. Jason Michael Price. Brandon R. Roach. Michael William Schwartz. Natalie Jean Vaughn. Hillary Christine Worth. Master of Marketing Research, Kenichukwu Aningo. Arbor Husuk Choi. Andrew John Ibendel. Alice Wanlik Kwok. Michael Ryan Manning. Shay Danielle Williams. Fengshang Zhu. Master of Science, Philip Jaco Akude. Abioye Babatope Dada. Lauren Kathleen Dirks. Lauren Nicole Jalinsky. Gamali Kumasi. Daniel Polly Linkowski. Supriya Arun Paradkar. Srimathi Sadagopan. Master of Science in Accountancy, Christina Marie Allen. Sarah Christine Earnhardt. Chelsea Lynn File. Carolyn Marie Franklin. Ryan D. Gones. Carrie Ann Seifert. Master of Arts, Michelle Lynn Farney. Michelle Pamela Hart. Jessica Marie Masters. Allison R. Toyo. Master of Science in Education, Whitney Jane Champlin. Lance Antoine DeCoeur. Justin Arthur David Dixon. Sarah Lambert. Mia Lachilis Lawrence. Andrew Michael Morgan. Michelle Yvette Rennie. Joy Renee Shaw. Carol Ann Smith. Tiffany Lachelle Smith. Jennifer Ann Stutzman. Erin Elizabeth Taylor. Jamie Joe Timmons. Postmaster's Certificate, Kelly Joe Bess. Master of Science, Jakia Afruz. James Brian Bach. Chaitanya Chintamaneni. Matthew James Clark. Dennis J. Dadigarla. John David Drenkanen. James Michael Fucht. Gary Louis Hahn. Ravneet Kaur. Hussein S. Lavasani. Vijaja Rakesh Madala. Husenvali Shaikh. Grishma Shrestha. Adam Charles Sturry. Michael R. Williamson. Lawana Latoya Wilson. Keisha Monique Hawkins Sledge. School of Education, Bachelor of Arts, Lie Jean Brandon. Cordell Jamal Covington. Ashley Leanne Jansen. Jacob Seth Morgan. Charles Robert Schwab. Lisa Marie Stowers. Bachelor of Science, Jocelyn Nicole Akoff. Ashley Shante Allen. Amber Jade Armstrong. Ashley Nicole Bright. Claire Denise Boltman. Daryl Wade Connor. Courtney Alicia Hollenbach. Brooke Ann Johnson. Kyle Anthony Klobe. Stacy Ann Colas. Caitlin J. Kramer, magna cum laude. Jessica Marie Krumrie. Kyle Joseph Kunkel. Sekinat Aina Lawal, cum laude. Charles Lee Lofink. Carolyn Jane Moss, magna cum laude. Brittany Lynn Ayler, magna cum laude. William Quansom. Melissa Elizabeth Rogers. Susan Allison Saul. Justine Rachel Schmidt. Allison Elizabeth Schramm. Christina Marie Sheets. Ethan William Springer. Lane Barrett Stoltz. Ashley Anna Sturm, cum laude. Christopher A. Thomas. Brittany Marie Trimble, cum laude. Megan Ruth Whaley. Andrew Christian Wicklund. Nursing. School of Nursing. Megan Feely. College of Arts and Sciences. Bachelor of Arts. Vanessa Angulo Freitas, summa cum laude. Jesse Alexis Askew. Erica Nicole Campbell. Rachel A. Carlson, cum laude. Tamika Nicole Diggs. Aaron S. Dow. Ashley Nicole Forness. Brittany Nicole Gardner. Gary Drew Gados. James Frandoni. Andrew Simmons Jacobson. Sarah K. Johnson, summa cum laude. Amber Renee Kunz. Kyle Raymond Mackley. Alexander R. Martin. Bernard Landon Meyer. Lindsay Jane Mullins, cum laude. Julianne Elisa Perjak. Emma Elizabeth Pieper. Justin Bryce Ports. David Lee Rigsby. Miranda Renee Riley. Kristen M. Schaub. Amy Christine Schunemann. Erica Marie Sefcik, cum laude. Kimberly K. Vogel. Megan Marie Willis. Bachelor of Fine Arts, Derek Hawkins. Audrey Caitlin Richardson. Bachelor of Science, Taylor Seth Algier. Keith Bradley Atwell. Ryan T. Bielman, summa cum laude. Colby Jane Craig. Sean Michael Chrissy. Kayla Sue Edgar. Bradley Michael Essenprice. Lauren Marie Gibson, summa cum laude. Anthony J.T. Greff. Christine L. Wienenwig. Curtis Robert Hansler. Gregory Stephen Harvey. Dana Marie Humke, cum laude. Megan Marie Carrick. Nicholas Richard Arnold Kraus. Krista Rochelle Kuba. Jennifer Lee Marie Krismanich. Nicole Michelle Masters, cum laude. Louis Matthew Mitcheller. Kelly Rose Ostrander. Lisa Marie Powers. Tequila Patricia Jean Pruitt. Cody Lee Rice. Ashley Nicole Rome. Jennifer Lee Rosebrook, cum laude. Matthew R. Schaefer, magna cum laude. Carolyn Ann Schneider. Shannon C. Shoemaker. Crystal Patrice Shannon. Melissa Nicole Sherman. Amy Lynn Warren. Donna Yvonne White. Kyle Weisbach. Catherine Page Williams. Charlotte Capri Williams. Jonathan Charles Woodrome. Teresa Carol Wright. Bachelor of Social Work, Nicole Lee Chudoba. Mary K. Radcliffe. School of Business. Bachelor of Science, Felicia Christina Aloe. Heather Campbell. Robert John Davis II. Carla Michelle Eversole. Ariana Denise Folks. Aaron D. Good. Elizabeth M. Griffin. Eric Herrera Quiroz. Jamie Danielle Hicks. Joy L. Howes. Rachel Ann Hoofendick. Daryl Kennedy. Brittany G. Kitkuski. Grant Patrick Lamke. Michael L. Mole. Solomon Nguyen. Deborah Awa Najia. Joseph Ryan Prangi. Amanda Marie Richards. Jessica Lindsay Scarborough. Elliot Edward Schuchart. Brent A. Snyder. Nicholas James Steinke. Tyler Michael Terwelp. Michaela R. White. Matthew S. White. Elizabeth Marie Wilson. Bachelor of Science in Accountancy. Janya Dawn Bradley, cum laude. Lori Elizabeth Burns. Rachel Lynn Krush. Kumari Desmond Kareem. Hannah Nadia Malik. Jared Miller. Nellie Gazelle Oaks, magna cum laude. Blake John Oren. Adam Gregory Sims. Scott Lee Trauernicht, cum laude. Kelly Michelle Wren. School of Engineering. Bachelor of Science, Christopher M. Brown. Joseph Clayton Dement. Benjamin Matthew Gers. Brett Alexander Gustin. Jessica Marie Hill, magna cum laude. Brian J. Kazmarnik, summa cum laude. Marcel Mutombo Kazadi. John William McConnell. Kevin Harrison Miller. Mark Thomas Missy. Andrew William Owens. Alex James Reeves. Talal Yasser Rehan. Raymond Charles Reynolds. Andrew M. Spielman. David Lynn Wilson.
Let's give our graduates one final round of applause. On behalf of the university, I wish to thank the members of the Edwardsville Municipal Band under the direction of conductor James Kerfoot for their fine musical presentations today. Thank you very much. Thank you also to the Army ROTC for the presentation of colors. Thank you to our interpreters, Becky Combs and Susan Macbeth, who are making the commencement program available to those who are deaf or hearing impaired. I also wish to thank our vocalist, Michaela Sullivan, and request that she again lead us in singing verses of the SIUE alma mater, Hail SIUE. You will find it printed on the back cover of your program. Following the alma mater, please be seated, and please remain seated until the platform party, the faculty, and the graduates have left the seating area. Best wishes to each of you. We hope you will return often. Thank you.
Above the Mississippi plain, your splendor meets the sky. You give to all a chance to gain. You raise our spirits high. Hail, all hail, SIUE, our gratitude we owe. Our fount of opportunity, where